All right, now first let's understand what are the changes or tweaks that you are making to your Meta Ads campaign that may trigger learning to start all over again, which some would say that this is affecting the so-called algorithm. Well, significant changes. Now, what do you mean by significant changes? When you replace the creative, that's one thing. Like you come in, you just remove the ad and replace the creative. That's a significant change. That's why when we have a campaign that is running, if we want to test new creative, we would usually just launch new advertisement within the same ad set. So that will remain the learning that we have accumulated in the ad set and the campaign itself. You realize that the learning may start in the ad level, but it will not trigger the ad set to go into learning. Needless to say, the campaign level. So changing the creative is definitely one of them. Tweaking the audience is definitely another thing that will trigger the learning. So, like, let's say, for example, you add in some custom audiences. Let's say, for example, you want to apply some exclusion or you want to include new retargeting audiences into the campaign. Whenever you have significant changes in the audience, it would re-trigger learning. So the trick that we do here is if we want to tweak, let's say, for example, let's say if we are doing a 7 days retargeting, we want to kind of lengthen it to a 14 days retargeting. We change it at the back end, meaning we go back into the audience settings, as in like, we go to audience settings in the ads business portfolio, and then we change the audience, changing it from 7 days to 14 days. So that technically do not affect the campaign itself. So it doesn't trigger the campaign to go back into learning. And other things like significant increasing the ads budget or decreasing the ad budget would actually possibly trigger learning. That's why when we are doing the kind of like a budget scaling, we will always scale within the same ad set or the same campaign, but we scale gradually, meaning we will scale by 20 to 30% each time. And then after that, we will let it brew for 7 days. Technically, 7 days is the best duration whenever you are making any changes to observe the so-called the significance of the adjustment that you're making to it. 7 days is the better duration. Even when you're testing the campaign, you want to see whether it's working or not. 7 days is usually the better time as well. Now, that's one thing. But having said that, when we need to make certain changes, like we discussed about, we want to kind of change the budget from the campaign budget optimization to ad set budget optimization. That is something that we know we want to change because we want to have this kind of control in the campaign itself. We would actually definitely should make it happen. We just tweak it as and when we believe it's the time to tweak it because yeah, this is really important thing that we want to have control over the budget, over the campaign, that you don't really need to worry too much because even though they may re-trigger learning, okay, the learning will usually still contain, the history and like the legacy of it. There was still, usually even this tweak, it's considered tweak, significant changes. It doesn't really make the campaign to go into a totally different direction. So that's how things would work. All right. So I hope that clears out and yeah, apply whatever that needs to apply and understand the significance of all the changes that you're making to your campaign is quite important. Are you still trying to figure out meta ads on your own? Well, you don't need to. If you're running ads but not getting the results that you want, or you just need someone to look over your campaign, I've got you. Join my one-on-one meta ad support membership. It's called Jason on Demand. Ask me your questions or get me to review your ad creative and copywriting before you launch the campaign. You can even get me to review your meta ads campaign and draw an optimization plan to take the campaign to the next level. All you need to do is just drop me an email and you will get a personalized video reply in the next 24 hours. Just scan this QR code over here and I'll be in your corner starting today. No more guessing. Let's do this together.